Running. It's one of the best gifts that you can give yourself, both in terms of your mental and physical health. It is a joyful process. And if you stay with me for the next few minutes, my aim is to help you gain a new perspective on it all, a different way of looking at your own running journey. But more than that, perhaps a framework for how we all look at life and the decisions that we make. Our why. And it starts with the reason we all run. First of all, it's important to know that there is no wrong reason to start running, whether it be weight loss or to run a particular race or time. If it gets you into the game, then I am all for it. The motivations that we have at the start are the important things that create the initial momentum. But what if I were to tell you that if you framed this all in a slightly different way, a change so subtle and yet so powerful that it would increase your chances of running for life tenfold? Would you want to know? And in that silence there, I'm imagining you all shouted yes at the screen in unison. So here is the first subtle distinction. Weight loss will happen if you start running consistently, but it shouldn't be the reason for running. Because weight loss is an outcome. It has an end point. You might set a target of weight to lose, but you can't just keep losing weight until you eventually evaporate into the ether. What happens if you don't lose the weight that you wanted? So many runners are deterred when the weight doesn't seem to shift, completely unaware that they're gaining muscle and losing fat, and muscle is heavier than fat. If you start running specifically to lose weight, then these types of perceived setback can affect morale to the point of quitting altogether. You've attached yourself to an outcome. But running is infinite. You can't win running. You can't complete running. There's no end point. It's a process, and it's for life. It's the same if you attach yourself to the outcome of a race or a medal. They have an end point. And then what? Another race? Run further? And sure, that approach can work, and for years, sometimes. But what if life gets in the way? Or you get injured and you can't achieve those outcomes? This is where the subtle distinction of running because you know it's good for your health comes in. If your reason to run is because you want to be better, because you love the person you are when you run, then now you're attached to the process. Those previous outcomes, like weight loss or races, they still happen, but now they're byproducts of a bigger picture. The thing about motivation in general is that it is incredibly nuanced and complicated. So now I'm going to crudely butcher that and break it down as simply as I can. You can be motivated extrinsically or intrinsically, and it's usually a mix of both. But the good thing is, you can choose. Extrinsic motivators are reasons that come from outside of you. Maybe a social media congratulation, and this seems like the perfect point to ask you to like the video and subscribe. Or a medal, or a pat on the back. As you can see, they're closely linked to the outcomes mentioned earlier. Intrinsic motivators are doing for the love of doing, trying to be the best version of you. They're process-focused and often infinite. There's no end point. And it's probably not going to surprise you to learn that the runners who are more intrinsically motivated are far more likely to stay in the game for life, which is surely what we all aspire to. And by the way, I don't believe that there is a runner out there that is solely motivated intrinsically. I still like to run particular times or distances, but it's within my framework of trying to be the best version of myself that I can be. And let's touch on mental health here. There are highs and there are lows on a running journey. There are injuries, there are poor performances, maybe you poo your pants on a run. But if you're not focused solely on a goal or outcome, then these lows are blunted. They just become part of the process of being a runner. If you're injured, don't worry. Focus on your rehab. You're still a runner. If you had a poor race, don't stress. There's gonna be another race. Bad training session, this too shall pass. With a process-based mindset, we allow ourselves a far more balanced mental health journey too. We're far more likely to keep training and look at situations through a positive lens.
Yep.
Look at it like this. You are more than your weight loss. You are more than that medal that they gave you. You are more than those likes on social media. All of these things are going to happen if you keep at it, but they don't define your journey. You are a runner.
Yeah.
In love with the process of trying to be the best you, day after day, week after week. Month after month. And year after year. So the next time you think about some weight you want to lose, or that time that you want to run, know that that is totally okay. But make sure to zoom out one more step and have that love of the process, the joy of the running, your why, guiding everything that you do. If you do that, you're in the game for life. And if you want to learn more or share your journey with like-minded good people, then consider subscribing to this channel. It's an amazing community of people just wanting to help others be the best that they can be. Obviously, I'm completely biased, but mishaps rock. Now all you have to do is get up, get out, get it.